Welcome to Who's Laughing Now, brought to you exclusively by Hoosier TV.
Yeah, how do you go from being an accountant to a comedian? Well, let me say it's easy if you're a bad accountant, you know. You heard Donald Trump wants to patent the expression, "you're fired." Man, that's nuts, because I heard it 3 times before I ever knew who Donald Trump was. So, but I actually, the last job I had was in public accounting, and I worked for a guy named Ebenezer Scrooge, who was just nuts. But came to the office on Halloween dressed as a ghost, almost got fired, you know, sheet, eye holes. But I actually, on Christmas, I sang a song at our Christmas party. It was, you remember the Oscar Mayer Baloney song? My Baloney has a first name, it's O-S-C-A-R, right? But I changed the words a little bit. I was singing, "My job is missing one thing, it's M-O-N-E-Y, and everybody here is L-O-O-N-Y. I hate to come to work each day, but if you ask me why I stay, it's 'cause Mr. Scrooge finds a way to make me feel depressed each day." 9 o'clock the next morning is when I became a comedian. I have written a stress reduction book called Let It Go, Just Let It Go. I actually went and saw my grandmother a couple weeks ago, and I went to church with her, and her preacher, Reverend Hightower, said, "You know, your grandmother's so proud of you and everything," but said, she told me about your book, but she told me that your book comes from South America, and I said, "No, it's on Amazon.com. So she hadn't quite joined the computer age. I'm known as the world's cleanest comedian, not just by doing clean material, which I do because I do a lot of corporate work as well, but I have some OCD issues as well. And a friend of mine, Frank King, said, "You ought to be known as the world's cleanest comedian," because it's kind of a double meaning. You know, I clean my hands more often than the average person, but I think that says more about the average person than it does me, you know. But my grandmother, back to my grandmother, she called me the other day and she says, "You know, baby, with the swine flu and all the traveling that you do, you might want to consider washing your hands every now and again." And I can hear my mom and dad laughing in the background. So I said, "You know, Grandma, it'd take 4 of you to come up with that?" And she goes, "Yeah, we've been laughing about it since yesterday evening." So, hi, my name's Kent Rader, and you're watching Who's Laughing Now. Thank you. Hey guys, let's keep it going for Kay and Marcus and Abby. Give them a big round of applause. Before I get started, I want to ask you guys a question. How many gadgets are they going to put on a cell phone before they finally say enough? Right? I got a new cell phone last week. It has all sorts of stuff I don't need or understand, like a GPS tracking system. If I want my kids to know where I am, I'll let them out of the trunk. It's got a camera on it, which is really cool, because already I got 37 pictures of the inside of my pockets. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. You know you're getting old when you no longer understand the technology your generation developed. For me, it's a cell phone. For my parents, it's the television. I stayed at Mom and Dad's last week, and I noticed somehow their closed caption has gotten switched over to Spanish. Again. And it must have been that way for a while, because when I asked Mom, "Why is it on Spanish?" she went, "Su papá es loco." I was working a comedy club there, and after the second show Friday night, I went to their house, and in a glass in the bathroom were my dad's teeth. So I hit him and pitched a quarter in there like the tooth fairy'd come. Thank you. I thought that was funny, too. He did not see the humor in that at all. But